Apple cards. We're going to look at how to handle them, how to reconcile them. They have a little bit of a twist. So first, let's take a look at the Apple Card statement. Notice the previous total balance here, and then that's prior month, and then total balance at the end of the current month of this statement. So the previous total balance plus transactions, and by transactions, we just mean the normal type of purchases that you'd see on a credit card. Here's where it gets a little bit different, plus new purchases. So new purchases on the statement, we see were made during this month, the month of the statement. And if we add these up, we get 582. So total balance previous plus transactions, regular type of purchases, plus new purchases, those made by installment, minus payments. And again, this is just like any other credit card, equals your total balance. And I think this will clarify new purchases with installments. Okay. So here's what we see in the bank feed. Notice here we have our monthly installments, the payments, and these match up to what we see here on the statement. And then we also see the payment, $358.91. We saw that on the statement. And then we see the regular purchase that we saw on the statement. So the feed contains transactions, payments, and installments. So now we see the difference. The difference between the statement going up by $582 and the bank feed going up by $407.41 is $174.59. Therefore, the balance of the card must increase by that same amount. So the way to do that when you can't enter the transactions directly into the account, or where they don't hit the account directly, is to use a sub-account. So the sub-account needs to contain the new purchases. That would be by installment. The installment payments, and the difference between new purchases by installment and installment payments. Doing a little clarifying in real time. Okay, so first step here in the books is to manually create an expense. This is for the purchase from the sub-account. And if we zoom in here, we can see we just did a separate line for each item. And those correspond to the statement right here. And then the installment payments, consistent here, are going to be transferred from the parent to the sub-account. And then you match those in the bank feed. This is just a look at the reconciliation. And at this point, let's go ahead and go through this. Okay. So here's our balance sheet. And you can see that this matches our statement, and our sub-account is reconciled to 0, which is as it should be. Let's just look and see how that goes. I'm going to, oh, I remembered, I can't undo that in the test drive account. Okay, so we're going to go back to the sample doc here. Okay, so here's the reconciliation report for the sub account. So you can see it contains the new purchases for the expense we created. It contains the transfers, or well, the transfers, which are also the installment payments, and then that 174.59 difference. And that's reconciled to zero. And then the parent contains the payments, the transactions, and the new purchases to be paid by monthly installment. So this would be, we can see that here as well, what that includes. Okay. And you can see our balance sheet. That is correct. So those are the steps to book an Apple credit card and to reconcile it.